What's up, Cowboys Nation and NFL fans across the globe? Buckle up because we have some massive breaking news that is sending absolute shockwaves through the football world. In a jaw-dropping, completely out of left field move, the Dallas Cowboys have pulled off what many are already calling one of the most unexpected quarterback trades in recent memory. Chris Oladokun, formerly with the Kansas City Chiefs, is now headed to Dallas in what insiders are describing as a historic agreement that could change the dynamics of both franchises moving forward. That's right, Chris Oladokun, the dual-threat quarterback who's quietly been flying under the radar while soaking up knowledge behind none other than Patrick Mahomes, is now wearing the star. Folks, and this isn't just a practice squad pickup, this is a calculated strategic move that Jerry Jones and the Cowboys front office clearly believe has serious upside. Now before you say, but wait, who is Chris Oladokun? Let me break this all down because this is way bigger than just a player trade. This is about culture, about potential, about hidden talent, and maybe, just maybe, about the future of the Dallas Cowboys quarterback position in ways that nobody saw coming. First, let's rewind a little bit. Chris Oladokun is no stranger to the grind. This is a guy who's taken the long road, transferring schools multiple times, navigating adversity with calm and resilience, starting at South Florida, making a stop at Samford, and then finally landing at South Dakota State, where he truly showcased his potential as a dynamic, modern-era quarterback. In his final collegiate season, he threw for over 3,100 yards and 25 touchdowns while leading South Dakota State to a deep playoff run, showing off a cool demeanor in the pocket, a live arm, and serious legs that can beat defenses both on script and off script. Fast forward to the 2022 NFL Draft, and the Pittsburgh Steelers saw enough promise to select him in the 70th round, betting on his potential to develop into a quality backup or even a future starter down the line. While his time with Pittsburgh was brief, and he didn't get much opportunity to showcase his talent in game scenarios, he ended up landing with the Kansas City Chiefs, a team known for grooming quarterbacks the right way, and of course, led by the wizard himself, Andy Reid. Oladokun has been in the room with Patrick Mahomes, soaking up football IQ, watching one of the game's greatest minds in action, and learning from one of the most explosive and creative offenses in NFL history. Even though he didn't see much action on Sundays, his role in practice, preparation, and being part of a championship locker room cannot be overstated. Being in that environment, being part of a team that won back-to-back Super Bowls isn't just some booster, it's a masterclass in how to win in the NFL. So now, with the Cowboys making the move to acquire Oladokun, and what we're hearing is a low-risk, high-reward trade, sending a future conditional pick to the Chiefs, the big question becomes, what's the plan here? Is this just a camp body? A depth insurance policy? Or is there something more brewing behind the scenes in Dallas? Because let's not forget, the Cowboys quarterback room has its fair share of questions. Dak Prescott is in a contract year, and while he's shown flashes of brilliance, there's also a growing narrative around his consistency, playoff performance, and overall future with the team. Behind him, Cooper Rush has been steady but limited in terms of upside, and then there's Trey Lance, a former third overall pick who's still somewhat of a mystery after bouncing from the 49ers to Dallas. So bringing in Oladokun adds a new dynamic to the mix, a guy who's mobile, intelligent, a proven leader, and who, by all accounts, has been grinding behind the scenes waiting for the right opportunity to break through. Don't underestimate what sitting in a room with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes for multiple seasons can do for a young quarterback's development. He's learned how to read complex defenses, how to break down film, how to process plays at an elite level, and most importantly, he's learned the mental side of football, the part that separates the good from the great. And let's be real here, this is the kind of low-key move that championship teams make, ones that don't necessarily dominate the headlines at first, but end up paying major dividends later on. Just think about it. How many times have we seen quarterbacks who weren't given a shot early in their careers, who didn't start as rookies, who were stashed on practice squads or buried on depth charts, suddenly come in and become contributors or even stars once given the right system, the right coaching, and the right opportunity? Think Geno Smith, think Taylor Heineke, think even Brock Purdy. Nobody saw those guys coming, but the NFL is all about being ready when your number is called. So for the Cowboys, this is about more than just depth. This is about creating competition, about raising the standard in the quarterback room, and about having options in a league that punishes teams that put all their eggs in one basket. With Oladokun in the mix, Dallas now has a guy who's hungry, under the radar, and motivated to prove that he belongs in this league not just as a backup, but as a potential long-term contributor. And if he shines in training camp, if he impresses during preseason reps, don't be shocked if this move becomes a major talking point heading into the regular season. Already, there are whispers coming out of Cowboys camp that the coaching staff is intrigued by Oladokun's mental makeup, his quick release, and his athleticism. Word is, he's already diving into the playbook, showing maturity in quarterback meetings, and connecting with teammates. This isn't just a throwaway addition, this could be the start of something real. And from the Chiefs' perspective, you have to wonder, did they give up on Oladokun too soon? Or was this just a case of too much talent in one room, with Mahomes locked in, Blaine Gabbert holding the clipboard, and not enough reps to go around? Regardless, this trade feels like a win-win on paper. Kansas City gets an asset, and Dallas gets a potentially valuable developmental player with an extremely high football ceiling. And for fans who are wondering, well, can he even play? Just go watch the tape from his college days. You'll see a guy who throws with anticipation, moves well in the pocket, can escape pressure, and who's not afraid to let it rip downfield. You'll see a quarterback who's not just athletic but also poised, someone who has had to fight for everything he's earned. And sometimes, it's the guys with chips on their shoulders who end up shocking the world. Remember, Tom Brady was pick 199. Kurt Warner was bagging groceries. Tony Romo was undrafted. The NFL is full of stories like these, and while I'm not saying Oladokun is destined for stardom, I am saying this: you can't coach hunger. You can't coach the mindset that comes from being overlooked. And when a guy like that gets a legitimate opportunity with a franchise like the Dallas Cowboys, an organization that lives under the brightest lights, with the biggest fan base, and the highest expectations, you better believe he's going to give it everything he's got. So Cowboys fans, start paying attention. Because this might just be the most interesting under-the-radar move of the offseason. Chris Oladokun is coming to Dallas, and while the league might be sleeping on this move now, they won't be for long. If this guy gets on the field and starts making plays, it could change the entire complexion of the Cowboys' quarterback strategy moving forward. Whether it's providing competition in training camp, pushing the guys ahead of him, or even carving out a role in gadget plays, red zone packages, or emergency backup situations, he's coming in with nothing to lose and everything to prove. And in this league, that kind of energy is contagious. Let me tell you something, this season just got a whole lot more interesting, and I, for one, cannot wait to see how this all plays out. So stay locked in, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments what you think of this move. Is Chris Oladokun the sleeper the Cowboys needed? Could he be the next big breakout? Or is this just another depth chart shuffle before the preseason kicks off? Drop your takes below and don't hold back, this is your place to sound off. Because here, we don't just report the news, we break it down, we live it, and we ride the highs and lows together, every single step of the way. Until next time, stay loud, stay proud, and as always, go Cowboys.